This is News 8 at 11 a.m.
Good morning. Thanks for joining us. I'm Elizabeth Sanchez.
And I'm Eric Kahnert. So glad you're with us here. Some much needed rain is headed our way, and county emergency officials want San Diegans to be prepared.
They're making sandbags available to anyone who needs them at several locations across the county. News 8 Shannon Handy is live in Bonita with the details. Good morning, Shannon.
Good morning, Elizabeth and Eric. We're here at the Bonita Sunnyside Fire Station. You can see there's a big pile of dirt here. There's also a shovel for people to come by and fill their sandbags. Now, the county is supposed to make sandbags available. We're still waiting for them to come and drop off those bags. We did speak to a man earlier who says he came out here because he wants to be prepared.
Some of the county roads, you know, the edge of the roads are eaten out from previous rains and stuff like that. And you know, if the county doesn't maintain or something like, it just keeps on getting deeper and deeper and deeper.
Ron Morinaka is not alone. Fire officials say they've been receiving calls all morning from people asking if there is sand available for pickup. Now, this weekend storm will bring rain, wind, and high waves. Over the past couple of days, high surf kept the Ocean Beach Pier closed. Today, it's back open, and while surfers and swimmers were being warned about getting in the rough water, some just couldn't resist.
It's a lot more fun. It's an adrenaline rush. Way less people surf, so you could pick the litter of whatever wave you want.
And back here in Bonita, again, the county is supposed to drop off bags. They have yet to do so. So if you have your own sandbags or you want to go to Home Depot and buy some, you can come out here and get sand for free. There's also several locations throughout the county. We've actually put a list on our website. Just go to cbs8.com, click on the hot button. New at 11:30, we'll hear from others who are preparing for this storm. And for more on what we can expect this weekend, let's send it over to Netta Yurampour. She is in the station. Hi, Netta.
Hey, Shannon. Yes, I'm glad people are taking those proper precautions because, yes, sandbags will be necessary. We're looking at anywhere from 1/4 to an inch of rainfall expected as this storm passes through. It's a series of storms. Let's show you right now from Lions Peak. Look at those clouds out there. It's the beginning, you guys. So your headlines do include storms arriving on this Friday night through your day on Saturday. High surf, especially for Saturday and Sunday, and then a wet week ahead. More rain coming Monday through Thursday. So back-to-back systems coming through right now. We're just seeing those clouds out there. Any of the precipitation is up in Northern California, but that's what's headed our way late tonight and throughout your day on Saturday. And then beyond that, look what's out there in the Pacific Ocean. A lot more activity. I'll tell you all about that and time it out for you here coming up as we talk more about your temperatures now. Let's show you what's going on outside. If you step outside in El Cajon, it's 58 degrees, 59 in Alpine. Glad to see that fog has burned off. Yes, it was pretty foggy all morning long. Temperatures in Mount Laguna, 53, 51 in Julian. The mountains, by the way, are also going to see snow from this series of storms as well. So we'll have all those full details in your full microclimate forecast coming up. Back to you.
All right, Netta, thanks. Well, NCIS investigators are on scene at Naval Base San Diego after a body was found. We're told the remains were pulled out of the water on the west side of the base. Our news desk received phone calls that people on base were being accounted for and sirens were going off. At this point, the circumstances surrounding the death are still unclear.
Today, a judge will reconsider releasing a sexually violent predator into the East County. Alvin Quarles, known as the bolder than most rapist, was deemed fit to be placed back in Jacumba Hot Springs under a conditional release program. But last week, the judge decided to put a hold on that decision, honoring a request by the DA to reconsider. Mental health officials say he's not safe for release yet, and his victims say he's still a danger. Quarles has spent 30 years behind bars. A man who opened fire on sheriff's deputies, triggering an hours-long standoff in Palma Valley, is expected in court today. Arraignment is scheduled for 28-year-old Jose Nieto, who was arrested back in December after shooting at 3 deputies conducting a welfare check. The deputies returned fire, quickly established a perimeter, and called for backup. SWAT teams eventually got into the home and found Nieto with a gunshot wound to his lower body. He is now facing several charges, including an attempted murder of a peace officer.
Police are working to track down a hit-and-run driver in El Cajon. It happened around 6:15 this morning in the 500 block of Ann Street. Police say one person was struck by a car. The driver took off. The pedestrian was dragged about 100 feet. They were rushed to the hospital with severe injuries. Well, Well, sheriff's deputies are searching for a man who tried to lure a child into his truck in Santee. The 12-year-old boy was walking home from Rio Seco School on Riverwalk Drive when a man pulled up to him in a white truck. The man told the boy he was sent by his father to pick him up and to get in. The boy ran to a nearby apartment complex. The man then drove off. The suspect is described as a white man in his 40s with short blonde hair and stubble on his face. He was driving a dirty, lifted white Ford F-150 truck with black rims. Anyone with information is asked to call the sheriff's department.
California is taking the Trump administration to court over new rules about birth control. The rules set to take effect Monday would allow more employers to claim religious objections to providing birth control benefits. Today, a judge in Oakland will determine whether he should issue a preliminary injunction to temporarily stop the rules. The Affordable Care Act requires birth control services be covered for free. However, religious organizations are exempted. The partial government shutdown now matches the longest one ever, 21 days in 1996 under President Bill Clinton.
And with the White House and Democrats refusing to budge on funding for a border wall, President Trump is now apparently getting closer to bypassing Congress. Nicole Killian has the latest from the White House.
The partial government shutdown is now 3 weeks old, and today is the first day furloughed government employees and hundreds of thousands still on the job will not get a paycheck.
Open up the government! Do your job!
Frustration is mounting.
How do I not spend anything for weeks at a time because every day I don't know when the shutdown's going to end?
President Trump is indicating he may end the border wall standoff by declaring a national emergency and using Pentagon money to pay for the wall.
If we don't make a deal with Congress, most likely I will do that. I would actually say I would. I can't imagine any reason why not.
During his campaign and after, President Trump repeatedly promised that Mexico would pay for the border wall, but now that's changed.
Obviously, they're not going to write a check, but they are paying for the wall indirectly many, many times over by the really great trade deal we just made.
House Speaker Nancy Pelosi is pushing Republicans to support funding bills that would reopen several government agencies.
Let's have a civilized debate, and let's do so in a way that honors our values as we protect our borders.
At the airports, the vast majority of TSA screeners have been on the job without pay. There's been a modest increase in the number of workers calling in sick compared to last year. TSA officials say if staffing becomes an issue, screening lanes could be reduced at some airports, which will result in longer lines and possibly missed flights. Nicole Killian, CBS News, the White House.
And about 800,000 government workers are not getting paid during the shutdown. Here in California, Governor Newsom announced that furloughed federal workers can apply for state unemployment benefits right away. However, officials caution they will have to pay them back if they recover their lost pay when the government shutdown is over. Federal employees who are working without pay are not currently eligible for the benefit. But here's some help, and you could call them furlough freebies.
Yeah, businesses all over the country are offering federal workers a little relief during the shutdown. News 8's Heather Hope is live in Balboa Park with those details. Heather.
Right, who doesn't want anything free? And this is a great thing that the Fleet Science Center is doing here at Balboa Park, along with a few other museums and other companies, just helping to really give back to those furloughed federal employees, just a way to ease the burden. Free admission will be offered to those furloughed workers from Saturday to Sunday, and they open at 10 to 6. And this will be for all weekend long. Anyone who shows their federal ID and badge. The Fleet Science ticket counter and free admission includes all of the Fleet's interactive exhibits, their galleries, and the choice of their IMAX film. Federal employees and contractors can bring up to 3 guests to take advantage of this offer. More businesses offering the so-called furlough freebies or shutdown specials or government giveaways as assistance to the federal workers. Some of those 800,000 employees, and more than half of them still on the job, missing their first paycheck today under the stoppage, making it a record-long government shutdown. So along with the growing effects to national parks, food inspections, and the economy overall. Phone companies like AT&T, Sprint, T-Mobile, and Verizon are also waiving the fees and coordinating revised payment schedules. Other local museums offering free admission include the Museum of Photographic Arts, the San Diego Museum of Art, the San Diego Natural History Museum, and the New Children's Museum. So back out here live, we did receive a call from a business out of Carlsbad that is called Real Access, and the business owner there is saying that he would like to offer to pay any furloughed workers' mortgage for this time, since we don't know when the government shutdown will be over. And he's also challenging other businesses to do the same. So if you would like to key to that call, you can go to our website at cbs8.com, and then you can contact us that way. And we'll have much more on this and what the Fleet Science Center is offering in the next half hour. Back to you.
Very generous, our local businesses stepping up here in San Diego. Thanks, Heather. The U.S. military withdrawal from Syria is now underway. A U.S. defense official tells CBS News it will take 3 or 4 months to get the 2,000 troops home, and operations against ISIS will continue during the pullout. American troops have been involved in Syria's war since 2014, advising Kurdish-led fighters in battles against ISIS. Turkey has threatened to attack the Kurds, and critics believe the sudden withdrawal could allow ISIS to rebuild. President Trump's decision triggered the resignation of Defense Secretary James Mattis. Let's get a check on our local traffic here. Jenny Milkowski is here with a look at the roads. Hi, Jenny.
Good morning. Happy Friday. So we started the morning super busy. We had that dense fog advisory that did disappear along with the fog at about 9 o'clock this morning. Currently, you can see the road weather index not showing any fog. A lot of crashes this morning. We still are dealing with a couple right now, so I'm going to zoom in and get to those. Northbound on the 805, crash at Palm Avenue. Single lane is blocked there, but we're not experiencing any backups. Very light volume on the 805 currently. Heading westbound on the 8, there is a crash at the 15. This is right at that entrance ramp. It is blocking that ramp. You can see if you look closely, just a little bit of a delay on that westbound drive. Not a bad one, so nothing to worry about there. From the 8, we are going to check out the 8 heading eastbound, though. There is a stalled car right at the 5. This one is blocking your slow lane. Your travel times here are fine as well. You can notice a lot of green on the roads. Basically all your freeway times at base, so you're getting everywhere fairly quickly. We do have maintenance work on Moss Street. This is at 4th Avenue at that intersection. Because of that, we've got intermittent closures. 3rd Avenue maintenance work continues as well at G Street, intermittent lane closures. From there, quick check of those drive times. 8 west at base, 3 minutes from College to the 805. 805 north looks good at 9 minutes from the 8 to the 5. Back to you guys.
All right, Jenny, thanks. Coming up, how people are coming together to honor a young California police officer shot and killed in the line of duty.
Plus, new developments in the case of a Wisconsin teen who disappeared for nearly 3 months, who police have under arrest.
Plus, what prompted officials to arrest passengers on an Aeromexico flight.
California Phones offers free specialized phones like cordless phones, big button and volume enhanced phones. Get details on this state program. Call 1-800-330-5100 or visit californiaphones.org.
Have you ever had such a good time out that you got yourself in a little trouble? Do what I do since I've been here in San Diego. Call King Stallman. He's fast, and you'll probably get out before your friends get home. Thank you, King Stallman. Thank you, King Stallman. Thank you, King Stallman. Thank you, King Stallman.
King Stallman.
Has a great night out ever turned bad? Then call King Stallman. With little down, the King discount, and affordable payments, the King can turn that night around. Thank you, King Stallman.
King Stallman, bail bond now.
To Simone, I leave the Van Gogh. To Harrison, the wine collection. To Craig, this rock. The redwoods to the redheads. The rainbows to the proud. I leave these things to my heirs, all 39 million of you on